My name is Ali Saleh Businesswala and I am level 1 student at Rehan School Islamabad campus. Today I have a absolute honor of interviewing a truly inspiring personality. Our guest is a former director of engineering for the US Air Force Special Operation Commander, a former NASA engineer at Kennedy Space Center, a, man, a member of a US NASA Speaking Bureau for 11 years, an international speaker who has present in over 20 countries, and someone who has also served as a scientist guide for a blind triathlete. Truly an incredible journey. Thank you so much for joining us today. It's a pleasure to have you here.
You're very welcome, and it's my pleasure as well. I really appreciate doing these interviews. I really enjoy them, and I'm looking forward to it. And I thank you very much for the opportunity.
Thank you, sir. Can I start? Okay, sir.
Yes, of course.
Okay, sir. My first question is for you. What inspired you to become an engineer?
Well, I like to race cars, and I like to. I need a good income to race cars, so I was driving a truck. I was doing jobs trying to generate the income to race cars, and I realized without going to university, I couldn't do it. So, what really inspired me was I wanted to do something. I needed a good income, and I knew the only way to do it was to become an engineer or something with a better paying job than I had as a non-university graduate. So it was the incentive to be able to get the income I needed in the short term. I have money. I really wanted to generate income that I couldn't do without university.
Very nice, sir. Okay, sir. My next question is for you. How did your journey begin?
My journey was really interesting in a way. I talk a lot about how I hated school and I really did poorly in school and I struggled always. Uh, I I got into driving buses and driving trucks and doing things to generate income, even working at McDonald's. And I had this dream of racing cars. I wanted to race cars, and I couldn't get the income. And I was actually driving a truck and I was playing sports. And somebody I was playing sports with me said to me one day, I have no idea why he said this, even to this day. I remember him saying it, and he said, "Did you ever think of becoming an engineer?" And it had never occurred to me. First of all, I didn't think I was smart enough. I knew you had to be smart to go to university, and I struggled in school so much. I didn't think there was any way I would be smart enough to do that, so I never thought about it. But I had got out of high school and I'd worked at many jobs and I'd met many people who'd been through university. And I realized a lot of these people, if they can do it, I can do it because they really didn't impress me as being overly intelligent or anything different than me. So it kind of gave me the incentive. But it all started from him saying that to me and putting a thought in my head.
Okay, sir. My next question is for you. How did you get the opportunity to work at NASA Kennedy Space Center?
Yeah, working at NASA is like any other job. They send out applications. There's actually a website you can go to called USA Jobs. You can go to that website. It shows all the jobs the U.S. government has, including NASA. NASA is a government agency, and the qualifications. So anybody can apply to go to NASA if you're an American citizen. This is the biggest obstacle to many people who want to do it from overseas. You have to be an American citizen because it's a government agency. Uh, but as an American citizen, I could just apply for it. So when I got out of the Air Force, I knew I wanted to apply for it. And I found a position that I qualified for, and I had some friends there helping me. So I got it fairly easy, and I'm very, very thankful for it.
Very nice, sir. Okay, sir. My next question is for you. What was your most memorable project at NASA?
To me, every day is an adventure. Every day is fun. Every day is a memory to be enjoyed and treasured. You approach everything the same way. It doesn't matter to me what you do, but there's nothing like the launches. When a space shuttle, I was there during the space shuttle era. So NASA kind of had an era with Apollo, with the astronauts going to the moon. That was the Apollo program. Then the shuttle program, which was really to build the International Space Station, and now we have Artemis. So I was really at NASA during the shuttle program. So I'm really loving the shuttle stuff because I'm more familiar with it. But there's nothing like a launch to me. Uh, the shuttle, I'm not sure if you know what a shuttle is. It looks like a plane, but it's really a rocket ship. It's a plane attached to two rockets, and it goes up like a rocket ship, but it comes back down like a plane. 7 astronauts go on that, and it's big enough to take the pieces to space to build the International Space Station. So for me, the launches were spectacular. No matter what happened, the launches were just amazing. This thing is so powerful, and it's locked down on a launch pad, and it's trying to start the engine, just like a plane on a runway. When a plane takes off, first they put on the brakes, they rev the engines, they build power, they take off horizontally. This does the same thing, but it's taking off vertically. It builds up to 3 million kilos of lift, that pushing down on the earth. That means to push down with 3 million kilos to go up. So they start the engine, they're pushing down and pushing down, it's trying to take off, but it's locked down. Then all of a sudden, it literally shakes the earth. So there's nothing like these launches for me. They are so exciting, and everyone is different. Even though they're exactly the same, everyone is different. So definitely for me, it's the shuttle launches. They're very, very special. And now Artemis, I was able to go to the Artemis launch the other day. It was really cool too.
Very nice, sir. Okay, sir. My next question is for you. What skills are most important for someone who want to work at NASA? Can you explain it?
Yeah, well, again, NASA, the big thing with NASA is so many people want to apply for it, and the ones who usually get it are the ones with the most experience. So if you apply for NASA, first you have to be an American citizen, which makes it challenging for anybody. But you can do this. It doesn't mean you can't. One of the ways I encourage students around the world, look, if you really want to work for NASA, but don't limit yourself to NASA. Now we have many commercial companies, many other countries are going. So there's 20 years ago, there was only NASA. There were no choices. Now there are many choices. But if you really want to go to NASA, you have to become an American citizen. To do that, you have to get to America. You have to live in America. The best way for me to do that for students around the world is come to America to universities. We have great universities with great programs for international students. Get to America. That's your first challenge. Once you're here, you're going to go to university. You're going to stay 4 years. During those 4 years, try to develop a way to stay after university. Then you stay, you get a job, you establish residency, you become a citizen, and you apply to go to NASA. So it's going to take most people, like in high school or something, at least 20 years to get there. But it's okay. You're going to pass through those 20 years anyway. And even if you don't get it, you're going to have such a great education in the process. You can do almost anything else. But I do encourage others to try if this is something you want. Always follow your dreams. Always establish your goals very high and the steps to achieve them small. But I believe anything is possible. But you have to be determined. You have to stay consistent. You have to stay positive. You can't get discouraged. It's a slow process. Each step is important.
Thank you, sir, for your explanation. Okay, sir. My next question is for you. What does a director of engineer do in the NASA Air Force Special Operation Command?
So I had a kind of unique job. I was in special operations, but special operations is a group of very, very special, very talented people who do things no one else in the world can do. We special operations was just involved in getting this down pilot in Iran, which whether it's got nothing to do with the war, or whether you favor it or just believe it, it's nothing to do with that. But the technical ability of the special operations people is amazing. They can really do anything. So I was an engineer assigned to special operations. I didn't do the things they did. I didn't have the training they had. I was just helping them with engineering options. Like we had a special operation units maybe in Turkey, and they're in a building and the building's not functioning correctly. I, as an engineer, would go there, look at the building, figure out what's wrong with it, how do we fix it, how much does it cost. So I did that, not going around with the special ops guys and girls, doing special op things, but it was a privilege to be assigned with them. And I saw many, many different things. I also got to travel around the world doing that. I literally traveled around the world to special operations units all around the world assisting with engineering problems. So it was very, very special and something I will never forget.
Okay, sir, my next question is for you. How is military engineer different from NASA?
Oh, it's a huge difference. I mean, basically, you're doing the same thing as an engineer. As an engineer is such a general term. It can mean literally hundreds of things. But as a design engineer, you have civil, structural, electrical, mechanical, all these different disciplines that normally would come together and form a team. Then there'd be a requirement. We have so many people, they have this kind of job, they need this kind of building to function. The team would design the building and people would live in it. As a military engineer, you're much different. I was on a rapid deployment team. So if there was a major military effort somewhere, something needed to be constructed, something needed to be, other countries needed to be helped. In the military, you're doing much different types of things than you would do as a normal engineer anywhere in the world. And you're mobile. One day you could be here, you could get on a plane, you could go somewhere else, and you found yourself in all kinds of different situations. But I loved it because it was a team environment. Everybody came together. You got on a plane, you went somewhere as a team. You had a goal, and you collectively solved it. So there are two different differences in what you do and where you do it. But reality, it's really the same thing. It's just a different way of doing it, different types of missions.
Thank you, sir, for your explanation. Okay, sir, my next question is for you. What leadership lesson did you learn in this role?
Well, I'm not sure if you learn it or it comes from within. I think leadership is, you have to be very confident in yourself, for one thing. You have to be able to relate to others. It doesn't matter what role you're in. To me, right now, we're a team. I like to think of everything as a team. Right now, me and you, we're a team. We're equal in what we do. You can't do this without me. I can't do it without you. I'm not more important than you. And actually, to me, you are more important than me because you are directing the questions. You are conducting the interview. But together, we have a common goal, and that relates to everything. I think it's really important if you want to be a team member or if you want to be a good leader, you have to relate to others. You have to take the time to think about how they think, look through their eyes, understand why they think the way they do, and support them. Even if you don't agree with them, support them and try to bring them into an understanding. Look, we have a common goal. We need you to do your part. Everybody has to have a part. Everybody is equal. And to me, this is critical in becoming a leader. You definitely have to have, first, you have to have confidence in yourself. You can't ask others to do something if you're not sure of yourself. So that's a big thing. But you really have to relate to others and care about others. I think it's very, very important.
Thank you, sir, for your explanation. Okay, sir, my next question is for you. Can you share a high pressure situation you handled?
Yeah, I try to get away from pressure. I try to get away from stress. I try to talk about believing in yourself and building confidence. When you when you have that confidence in yourself, when you believe in yourself, you really don't have stress. You don't have pressure. You always believe you can do it. So when something presents itself, you just go do it. You're not concerned about stress or pressure. You have that strong belief in yourself. That's so important. But there were instances, in life, things present themselves. I talk about three things: do your best, enjoy what you do, believe in yourself. Always do your best. It's so important. Challenge yourself, just like with this interview. You can do it and go through it, or you can do it. How well can I do that? You apply that to everything you do. There will be instances in your life, in all of our lives, something will happen, and it may be really critical that you do well. And you could think, well, this is pressure and this is stress. But if you practice doing your best all of the time, when that instance happens, you'll do your best easily. You're going to be successful. There was a couple of times, especially in the Air Force, when I had to do some really, really important briefings. And I had to brief to some people who were very high up in the Air Force. And other people might have been scared or nervous or afraid they were going to mess up. I just did it. I believed I could do it. I never doubted I could do it. It was certainly exciting to do it because it was something I'd never done before. But I never say nervous. I say exciting. Get excited about the opportunity. And if you feel good about yourself, you're not going to have this pressure. You're not going to have this stress. Really important. You learn those three things.
Thank you, sir. Okay, sir, my next question is for you. How did you become an international speaker?
Really just by accident. If somebody would have said to me, "Here's $1 million, go speak," I would have said, "Keep it." I'm not a speaker. I don't get up in front of people. I don't talk. Something I've never done in my life. So it just happened by accident, really by accident. And it happened to me in Africa, in South Africa, where I was there visiting a group of little kids in school. And the American embassy somehow found out there was a somebody from NASA, and they wanted me or that person to do a talk to 400 high school kids. And I had never done anything like it in my life. And when they approached me, I didn't have a chance to say no. And the next thing I found myself doing it. And and I really didn't have any preparation. I really hadn't, prepared in any kind of way. And I had a couple of CDs, and I just went out and basically just talked about what I do at the Space Center and how much fun it is to be in the space program and what the space program does. And no notes, and I just kind of talked, and it went so well. It was amazing to me. The kids loved it. I enjoyed it. We had such a wonderful time, and it kind of gave me an idea. Well, I guess I can do this. Something I might be able to do, and be a positive influence on kids. And this was the most important to me.
Very nice, sir. Okay, sir, my next question is for you. Which country gave you the most memorable experience?
Yeah, so I've been to 20 countries, and people always say to me, "What's your favorite country? Which one do you like the best? Which one did you have the best experience?" And my answer is always the same. My favorite country is always the country I'm in. When I'm in that country, I don't think about any other country. I only think if I'm in Pakistan, I don't compare Pakistan to anything. I only focus on Pakistan and the good I can find in Pakistan. You can go somewhere and you can look at, it's a really poor area, it's run down, people living in terrible conditions. So you can look at that same thing and say, look, these people are doing the best they can. They have very limited opportunities, but they're still trying to have a good life and appreciate what's going on and not be critical of anything. So for me, my favorite country is always the country I'm in. My favorite experience is always the one I'm doing when I'm doing it. I don't compare one to the other. I enjoy them all. And the challenge is to enjoy them all equally. If you can learn to do that, everything you do is your favorite thing to do. You're always having fun. You're always looking forward to the next opportunity.
Okay, sir, my next question is for you. How do different cultures respond to your talks?
Well, one thing I've learned, and I say this over and over, and had I not experienced it, I wouldn't fully understand or maybe not even believe it, is how much we are alike as people. It doesn't matter the culture, it doesn't matter the language, it doesn't matter anything. As people, we are so much alike. And kids are identical. Kids are, it doesn't matter the country, the culture, the dress, kids are identical. It amazes me how much we are alike. I say you could take 20 kids, age 8 to 10, from 20 different countries, 20 different languages, different cultures. You put them in a room, they're going to get along fine. They will learn how to communicate. They are curious. They are interested. They are exactly alike. They might speak a different language. They might have different clothes, but they are exactly alike. And it amazes me how much we are alike.
Exactly, sir. Okay, sir, my next question is for you. What make a speaker truly impactful?
Relating to the audience, I think that's the biggest thing. You have to be able to relate to the people you're speaking with. Many people are very smart and they have great ideas and they speak in a way that they understand it, but the people listening to them don't have that same mentality, that same knowledge background. So they lose them. So I think the most important thing for me anytime I'm speaking is to relate to the office audience, to make it fun, to make it exciting, to not just be sitting there talking and people listening to you verbalizing about something. So with me, I always have videos or pictures or something. There's anytime I'm speaking with an audience, there's something they can look at uh, that I'm describing. So it really helps a lot. But I think the biggest thing is relating to the people you're speaking with, and trying to make it interesting and fun. The more fun you have doing it, the more fun they will have listening. And I think that's the biggest challenge.
Nice, sir. Okay, sir. My next question is for you. What was your role in the NASA Speaker Bureau?
Yeah, well, it was great. I really love being in NASA Speakers Bureau. Actually, about 10 years ago, I was doing speaking and I had a job both. And the speaking began more and more. I didn't have enough hours to do both. So I quit my job. I didn't retire or anything like that. I resigned from the position so I could become a full time speaker. And with that, NASA every day gets requests for speakers from around the world to come and speak. And it's a really great privilege to be a part of that. And so once I quit my job, I became a full-time member of NASA Speakers Bureau. So I'm trying to respond to hundreds and hundreds of requests, and and it was great. I was every day I was going somewhere. I was going 2 or 3 schools. I really enjoyed it, and then I got involved internationally, and then the international part of it became more and more, and now I do almost exclusively internationally. But it's great, and it was really just kind of happened by accident, but it opened many doors for me. I'm very thankful for the time I spent in the Speakers Bureau.
Okay, sir. My next question is for you. What is the most common question people ask about NASA?
Uh, I don't know. I think people are curious. What is it really like? What is it like to be at NASA? People have this amazing perception of this magical place, and it is for me. I really look at it that way. I look at it as a magical place, something I had thought about doing when I saw the first shuttle launch. And when I got there, to me, it was even more so. But other people look at it as a job. They go in on Monday, they come home on Friday, it's a job to them. But for me, I loved it and I still love it. It's just a magical environment. And I'm very, very fortunate to have been there.
Very nice, sir. Okay, sir. My next question is for you. What is your definition of success?
I think everybody's definition is different. For me, you need goals. We all need goals in order to. You can't do something unless you know what it is. So I think it's important to be goal orientated, and the journey is more important than the goal. If you have a goal and you really have this goal and it's very important to you, the steps to achieve it are more important than achieving it. People don't understand that. I think it's about the goal, and they push and push and push. Everything is geared towards achieving this goal. They don't enjoy the journey. The journey is more important. Often, when we have a goal, we achieve it, we have another one. We don't stop, or it's not what we thought. So we have to do something else. If you had a miserable time getting there, you don't want to do anything else. So you want to make the journey important. But it is also, you have to have goals. Why do I do something? Why do I go to school? Why do I study? Why do I need a job? You have to have answers to those questions to give yourselves incentive to achieve them. But the journey is the most important part of any goal.
Very nice, sir. Okay, sir. My next question is for you. What habit help you achieve this level?
Well, for me, it's about making everything fun and enjoying it. The ability to mentally look at things and find ways to do them, find positives in everything you do. I never have a negative experience, never. No matter what happens to me, I'm thankful. I say it could be worse. I'm always positive, and I always feel good about the opportunity, and I enjoy the challenge of not anybody can do something. Can you enjoy doing it? This is the challenge to myself with everything I do. How can I enjoy this? How can I make it fun? And it's not so much again about doing it, it's about enjoy doing it. If you can learn to make everything you do as you are doing it your most favorite thing, you're always going to have fun. You're always doing your favorite thing. I don't compare doing one thing to another. I don't say I'd rather do this than that. I don't go there. I'm going to enjoy everything, and challenge is to enjoy them all equally. I mean, you can enjoy something you really like. That's easy. If you have something you think you don't like, and the key is thinking you don't like it, the challenge is to overcome that negativism and make it fun. And the sense of accomplishment that goes with that is awesome. So to me, it's about making everything fun, making everything a challenge, and the great sense of accomplishment. So I kind of look at everything with the same perspective, just like this interview. To me, right now, this interview is the most important thing in the world. I want to help you to have a good interview. I want to do whatever you ask me to do, but it's important. I have to approach it with the idea that we're a team, we're in this together, and together we're going to achieve a goal.
Thank you, sir, for your time. And can you please give me any last advice to me and my audience?
Yes, I thank you for the opportunity. So I talk about three things. These things are really important to me. Do your best. Do your best. It's easy. Challenge yourself. It doesn't matter what it is. Challenge yourself to do your best. As I mentioned before, there's going to be instances in your life. You never know when, you never know where, you never know how, when you're going to have to do your best to be successful. If you practice that all the time, when that happens, you're going to do fine. If you don't practice it, you might be nervous, you might be scared, you might mess up. Always do your best. Enjoy everything you do. This is more challenging. Some of us think we like to do other things better than others. Challenge yourself to enjoy it all. Never have a negative experience. If something is negative, say to yourself, it could be worse. Then it becomes a positive. This is so important. And the most important thing, believe in yourself. Very few people have it. That's why they have stress. That's why they have pressure. It doesn't matter how much money they have, it doesn't matter how successful they are. They don't believe in themselves. That's what causes stress and pressure. How do you get that belief in yourself? To me, you get it by establishing goals. I'm here, I want to go there. How do I get there? You have to plan steps, plan small steps. The smaller the step, the easier it is to accomplish. The easier it is to accomplish, it helps you get confidence, develop that belief in yourself. And you want to build that very, very slowly. Don't be in a hurry. The slower you go, the easier it is, the more it helps you develop that belief in yourself. And you develop that very, very slowly. You build and you build and you build. And one day you will say to yourself, I can do anything. When you believe you can do anything, you will never have stress. You'll never have pressure. You just believe you can do it and you go do it. And when you enjoy it, you do it better. So, those are three most important things. And I talk about this at every presentation, every interview. Do your best, enjoy what you do, believe in yourself. It's so simple, it's 100% mental. One of the things I would like for you to gain from this time together, I want you to do the same thing the same way. I just want you to learn to think about it differently. Instead of hard work, think about opportunity, think about a journey, thinking about an adventure, a challenge. Make it fun. Don't make it hard work. That's not really what most people think is fun. Make it fun. Enjoy it. And establish those goals. And again, the steps to achieve them. This is my message to the audience and to you. I hope you will listen as well.
Thank you, sir, for your last advice. I really appreciate it. So, you were thank you so much for sharing your incredible journey and vulnerable side with us. This your story is truly inspiring and full of powerful lessons for students and professionals around the world. We are really grateful for your time and for the amazing conversation. To our audience, thank you for watching. Don't forget to like and share and follow for more inspiring interviews. So this is our interview. I hope you like it. See you next interview in Allah Hafiz. Pakistan, Zindabad, Rehan ko Zindabad, Allah Hafiz.
Thank you to everybody. Hopefully, I'll see you in Pakistan sometime this year.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. In Rehan school, meet.